Hey everybody, Seth here at Up North Sports. Thanks for checking out this how-to video. This is a how-to on changing the Castle over the glass stage goggle. Now this is the blackout stage version. There are numerous different options available. Now for you guys and gals that wear glasses, this goggle is actually cut to accommodate the frame. So if you're making a lens change on this, they do have different numerous colors available. It is a little more involved, but it's typically kind of your standard lens change. So I'll kind of point out a few key things as you're going through this and show you a little bit easier way to make this happen. So this has a nice outrigger on there, and that is going to cause just a slight amount of issue when you are making a lens change. So what I like to do is release the top. You can do the bottom, you can do the top, whatever your preference is. It just pops in and out of the frame. So go ahead and don't be afraid to kind of just work this thing, because guys, what you're going to want to do right off the bat is start by getting that outrigger out of there. And that's again something that's going to pop in and out of place, so don't be too afraid to get on it, but at the same time, you know, don't turn into the Hulk and rip this thing apart. But these frames are flexible and tough, so get that thing out of place and just kind of move it out of the way. And that's going to be kind of that standard style lens change with most goggles that are on the market today. I bring in my dominant hand and I hook right underneath on the nose, near the nose piece, kind of spread my fingers out across, and then bring my other less dominant hand in and hook into the top of the frame. And then again, it's just peel the banana, as it were. Peel that thing apart. The top normally comes off for me. I bring my other hand in and I grab onto the lens and just work it the rest of the way out. So that's released the lens from the frame. And the reason that I pop those outriggers out is when you go to peel that apart, if those are in, the outrigger stops the action. So that's going to be a really key thing into making this a much easier lens change. The last thing I want you guys to take notice of are the cutout points all along this frame. Those are going to actually, along the lens, those are actually going to meet up with points in the frame, as well as a groove that runs around the entirety of the frame. So you kind of have twofold happening. Makes for a good seal, but can sometimes cause for additional time in a lens change. This wouldn't be necessarily a lens change that I would typically do out on the trail or on the side of the mountain. I'd stow additional frames. But if you are looking to make a change, like if you're at a table like I am in a temperature controlled room, it's actually not a bad way to go. So I start at the nose piece, and really guys, I'm gonna have to actually pick this thing up because I like to actually do it this way, bracing up against my body. And I start with the nose piece because it's such a good central portion. And then what I like to do is I like to make sure to hook it in on this side of the frame. Again, come across. Make sure that I'm getting all my connection points as I come across, and work over to the other side of the frame and make sure that lens gets in there. Sometimes things will pop out on you. Don't worry, just work it back into place, and don't be afraid again to kind of work the frames. They are flexible and tough. Now don't hulk it, because again, this is more of a finesse thing, but now you can see that I've got a really good start happening. Essentially all I have left to do is the top part of the frame. You're almost in the home free position now. So go ahead and just work that along. And again, I like to brace it up against my body because then I can kind of see what I'm doing. It's a nice spot to kind of give it a good press down if you need to. And so once you start getting that lens in there, make sure that the frame is pressing in nice all along, all around, because you want to get a good seal. And again, don't worry if you have a little bit of trouble with this. This style of goggle and this lens change is something that offers everyone just a little bit of a challenge. So again, don't feel bad in the event that this takes you even up to 5 minutes. Once you do it a few times, it's going to become, again, just a little bit easier each time, but it's one that I don't recommend doing other than at a table in a temperature controlled room. There are some goggles you can do out on the trail or out on the mountain, not this one. So now that I have the lens all the way in, the final step is going to be to reconnect the outrigger back into the brow. That just presses right in, and do that on either side. And that is the standard lens change on the Castle Stage OTG Goggle. If you found this how-to video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel. And as always, thanks for watching.